Live from Utah's CW30, ABC4 News at 9 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for the ABC4 News at 9 on the CW30. I'm Brittany Johnson. We do begin tonight with a global look of the COVID-19 cases. The outbreak that originated in China in late December has sickened 1,848 people worldwide. At least 58,871 people have died from the virus. And according to Johns Hopkins University, more than 226,106 have recovered. The United States leads the number of COVID-19 cases, which has risen to more than 277,828. At least 7,141 people have died from COVID-19, and more than 9,823 people have recovered. Here in Utah, we now have 1,246 cases. The number of deaths remains at 7, with 106 hospitalized. Statewide, 24,248 people have been tested. The mayor of Salt Lake City is calling for a statewide stay-at-home order. Even though the governor is recommending everyone in Utah stay at home, Utah is one of 12 states without a statewide mandate. This morning, Mayor Mendenhall tweeted her support for a stricter order. She says although numbers look relatively good as a state, it doesn't mean we should take our foot off the gas.
I know that the virus will be slower to spread to rural areas, but it will. And when it does, it's the metropolitan areas of the state that will be needed to be able to respond to the critical care needs and the hospitalization needs. In order for us to be able to do so, we have to slow this down. We have to flatten this curve.
Mendenhall also says a statewide order is necessary to prevent overwhelming Utah hospitals. Google is releasing data on people's movements in order to help combat the coronavirus pandemic. The idea here is to track movement trends to help inform and influence the response to the pandemic from governments and public health officials. Those trends include how people behave and respond to social distancing. Google says it's generated by users who turn on the location history setting. The company committed to not releasing information that could identify users. A cardiovascular nurse from Dixie Regional Medical Center in St. George announced she recently contracted COVID-19. She is one of the more than 30 confirmed patients to test positive for the virus in Southwest Utah. She spoke to ABC4's Katie Corrales about the many challenges healthcare workers are facing right now during this difficult time.
Kimball Fairbanks, a cardiovascular nurse here at Dixie Regional Medical Center, said she found out earlier this week she tested positive for COVID-19. She's had to be furloughed from work and away from her family for 2 weeks. The mother of 2 daughters, a 4-year-old and an 18-month-old, can't be near her children. She says it's likely but hard to say if she contracted the virus from one of her patients at Intermountain's Dixie Regional Medical Center.
It's hard to say. You know, we have lots of people come in right now and lots of people that are testing positive, so.
Kimball has been a nurse for 2 years, specializing on a cardiovascular floor. But she says as of right now, her colleagues are mainly focusing on COVID-19 patients and gearing up for the pandemic. She says she started to feel sick a few days after her shift last Tuesday.
I kind of felt like I got hit by a train, but I think I just have really mild symptoms, you know, feel like a head cold combined with the flu. But overall, something that it feels decently manageable, so that's good.
Now Kimball says she'll likely be approved to come back to work on the 8th, this upcoming Wednesday, and on that day she'll be able to see her 2 daughters once again. In St. George, Katie Corrales, ABC4 News.
Work requirements for those in need of Medicaid coverage have been suspended. In order to receive Medicaid benefits, some adult members had to complete online job requirement assessment training programs and 48 job searches in the first 3 months. Due to increasing cases of COVID-19 and rising unemployment rates, the state health department says they have suspended these requirements. If you are in need of health coverage, you can apply for benefits anytime. You can find the link on our website, abc4.com. Students from the University of Utah School of Medicine are working to gather vital medical supplies to help protect our healthcare workers. Today kicked off their 3-day personal protective equipment drive. This is where people can drive through and drop off unused items like N95 respirators, sterile or vinyl gloves, safety glasses, disposable gowns, and sanitizer and disinfectant wipes.
The vendors of personal protective equipment are very taxed at this time. So sources outside of our normal channels are really important. And so this community effort organized by our medical students is extremely helpful and appreciated.
If you did not get a chance to donate today, volunteers will be at the Trolley Square parking lot tomorrow and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Volunteers will be holding more donation drives every weekend in April. To find a list of those drop-off locations, visit our website, abc4.com. The Utah Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control is reporting massive sales during the month of March. It sold more than 2,780,000 bottles of alcohol and more than $31,800,000. Officials say Utahns started flooding the stores once jazz star Rudy Gobert came down with COVID-19. The only day the state didn't make more than $1 million was when we had the earthquake.
Our restaurant and licensee, restaurant and bar sales are down about 80% right now. They're just not buying anything because they're closed and they can't serve alcohol out into the street. So our walk-in customers are up more than 30%.
Inside, most DABC stores have plexiglass up to help keep staff safe. Those stores that don't have the plexiglass will have it soon. Plus, there are markers to remind people to stay 6 feet away from each other. An 11-year-old Roy City girl was hospitalized today after eating a THC-infused candy that was mistakenly handed out by the Utah Food Bank. The distribution point at Roy Baptist Church handed out 63 food bags today to 63 families. Each bag contained 3 or 4 of these THC-infused Nerds ropes. The candies do have a warning on the packaging that they contain THC and should not be given to children. The Roy City Police Department is trying to reach the families who received these candies, so take a look. If you received the medicated candy in your bag, the food bank wants to hear from you, and the Roy City Police Department, give them a call. The FBI wants to warn people about the potential for people trying to scam you out of your personal information by posing as a government agent, claiming to need information to help you get your stimulus checks.
As I'm sure folks are aware, there's a large amount of stimulus coming out of the United States government. And so folks should be really cautious as they await for those. The United States government's never going to contact citizens through email or by the phone and demand their banking information or demand their personal identifying information. And so anytime that something like that happens, the public can be confident that that's a scam.
All right, let's toss it over now to Chief Meteorologist Dan Pope for a first look at our forecast tonight. Dan, what kind of weekend are we in store for?
Oh, it'll be warmer, that's for sure, but can't say there won't be any showers. It'll be pretty good for the most part. Here's a look outside from our University of Utah Healthcare camera. And Brittany, it is mostly clear out there tonight, and it is very, very nice. Here's the satellite picture showing some scattering of clouds from Loa to Price and Manila. These are moving into Colorado. In fact, we're going to have a pretty good size area of snow developing in the Colorado Rockies from this particular storm. Out to the west, it's mostly clear, and then this is the big one that will hammer California and really hit southern Utah very hard. But the north, well, that's a whole different story. Tonight, though, pleasant and cool, but not as cold as it was last night. And it will be pleasant across the south. We'll look for temperatures to range from the 30s to the 40s right now, but dropping into the 30s for the most part. It's 60 in St. George right now. And how about that forecast? It's going to be a pretty good evening and a pretty good day tomorrow. It'll look a lot like this does right now. Back in a little bit with your pinpoint weather forecast. Brittany?
All right, what a beautiful shot there, Dan. Happening now, the city of Springville issued a citywide boil order for portions of the city. You can see on this map here, issued by the city's Department of Public Works, which portions of the city is not included in the boil order. The order was issued after one of the city's water tanks was found vandalized with golf balls inside the water's holding tank. Out of an abundance of caution, officials are advising anyone included in the boil order to drink bottled water or to make sure they boil their water before they use it. Tests are currently underway, and we'll be sure to update you as soon as the boil order is lifted. An explosion at a Sandy restaurant leaves a mess and damage in its wake. According to the Sandy Fire Department, a bystander called 911 around 12:30 this afternoon after they heard an explosion in the kitchen of La Frontera restaurant at 61 West, 106 South there in Sandy. The bystander went into the restaurant to make sure there was no one inside at the time.
A second alarm was called by the first arriving crews for a total of about 30 firefighters on scene today. They're still working on clearing the smoke out. We had some light smoke damage in the neighboring businesses.
No one was hurt in the explosion or subsequent fire. There is damage to the kitchen and portions of the restaurant's exterior. The whole structure is now shut down for damage assessments, and the cause of this fire is still under investigation tonight. Coming up, big changes coming to General Conference this weekend. What you need to know about this year's virtual conference. Plus, we leave you with a live look right now across the Salt Lake Valley. Dan Pope is going to be back after the break with what you can expect in your full pinpoint weather forecast. And don't forget, you can always catch us anytime, any place, anywhere with our ABC4